All right, everybody, we're back, and we are continuing on with our game. Mishka had just entered into her room and saw Viola standing there, and she said to her, "I need you to be quiet and do everything that I tell you." And are you just remaining silent and staring at her? All right. Continue to gather all of your things. Okay? I need you to take the rest of them and instead of leading them to Lambert's office, I need you to take them on a bit of a detour. So just down the street, do you know where Goldshire Avenue is? Right. I need you to turn right down there. You're going to see a red building. I need you to go down the alleyway of that building. Do you understand? Repeat it. Stage whisper.
And then go down the alley.
With your accent.
Can you say it?
I actually don't know if I can whisper with the accent.
Just talk normal, it's fine.
Go down the alley and then...
Stage whisper. In other words, talk and say you're whispering.
And, okay, so I go to Goldshire, and then there's a red building, and then I go down the alley by the building.
I roll perception to hear her talking about.
She goes back to the window, and she climbs out of it, and as she's doing so, she grabs like this thing in her hand, shoots it off into the air, and it pulls her out the window.
Okay, so I just like randomly grab shit. I don't even like. I'm still looking at window and just like this, and then run out the door. But mostly I have all the pet food.
Okay, so you grab the bag of pet food that you're dragging behind you.
Yes.
For Parno, make sure to remove, unless you're bringing your shaving equipment, make sure to remove some of that stuff. Oh, you are? Okay. I guess you are staying, staying over. Okay.
I'm bringing my hammock.
Alright, so you're gathering all your things.
And then I go to the door. Hey, are you guys ready?
Almost.
Yeah.
Well, that's from in my room.
I always have my stuff packed, like, because it's all a personal item, so it's all like teaching stuff, but that's more instinctual now. So it's like, yeah, I might need some crayons. So
I like crayons. It's
Yeah.
good.
So I have plenty of things to keep people amused.
Okay, I
He
know
comes
that-
out with his hat, one he loves so much. It's like a weird unfolded tricorn sort of deal.
Okay, we go. I know the way.
Sounds good.
Okay,
All right.
Wait, you know the way?
I know the way to Lambert's office, so we're good.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, come on, follow me.
If we choose to go somewhere else, Corbin suggests that we escape from our
Well played.
that we escape from our what do you call it? Confinement.
House arrest, confinement. It's the same thing.
Should we maybe go out to the
Is it easier
back?
to escape than it is to be? Never mind.
Should we? I think maybe we should go out to the back way, so in case anybody's watching.
Do we have I don't think we have a back way.
Yes, because I came in through the back way.
Oh,
Before. It's like
okay.
a fire escape type.
Yep.
Like
Okay,
it's not like a full door.
Okay.
Yes, that's true. Yes.
But just in case.
Corbin, are you ready?
He comes out, and you see that he's packed down with stuff. He seems to have taken the padding from like his bed, and he's put it underneath and inside of his shirt and everything else like that.
Corbin.
It's kind of
You
armor.
have the
It's-
badge. Let's go.
It looks ridiculous though, just so you know.
Oh, I'm sure that's why you get to the pat on the shoulder.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, we all.
And he has a wooden sword in his hands, one that he got many years ago from one of the fairs.
I pull back a sleeve and show a dagger in.
He looks at his wooden sword. Can we stop and get me a real one of these?
Those
That
are
might
actually
be
really effective.
good.
You have more reach.
Look, if we go to our
Maybe
shop,
later. Maybe later. We have to go. We will get you one, okay? But right now we need to get to Lambert's office.
We can take
first.
one of the guard swords.
go with the guard swords.
One that
Okay.
can train us.
We agreed. Us three go out the back door, back way, so in case somebody watching.
The window?
Yes. It's cool. Let's do it.
I'm not sure it's gonna fit.
He kind of comes up to the window and looks at it. It's like about that big. How about you guys go out the window and I'll go out the front door?
I don't think.
I can't fit through that thing.
Maybe if you took off the bed padding, that might help.
Yes, you can put the padding
No,
back
he himself is like a giant brick.
on. Maybe we all go up
Go out the
for
front
then.
door, be subtle, we'll meet you out the back.
Heads towards the front door.
You know, a
This
giant
is my
man
headset.
is not the most subtle.
Yeah, but he does look more like he's about to go to a festival than he does look like he's about to fight something.
There we go.
They'll probably just think he's one of the
It's
many
alright.
refugees who's made their way into the city.
It's alright, I told him to be
Yes.
Are you saying he looks that thrown together?
Yeah. He's looking pretty terrible.
Alright, so he won't be noticed.
Alright, so the three of you climb out the back window. Begin making your way down. Sort of, there's like a stairwell out the back area and that sort of stuff. And kind of climb down there and off the ladder off the end. And you're in the alleyway in the back. And just making your way towards the front.
I'm making my way towards Lambert's office. Wasn't Corwin going to come around?
No,
Yeah.
you were going to meet him, weren't you?
In
Oh,
the
he was-
front?
No, he was
He's
gonna
going
meet
to meet
us.
us in the back.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah.
safer in the back now.
Alright.
Okay.
So you waiting for him, or are you just going to start moving towards Lambert's office?
Wait for him.
Okay.
Like 30 seconds, he better hurry.
He's not. He doesn't come.
Something.
Was he meet us here or at... He should just... Yeah, we told him to wait.
Very quiet. Let's peek around.
Who's going to peek?
I'll peek.
No. I want to
Wait, don't peek, just go to a corner and listen. See if you hear.
There's a lot of crowds right now. A lot of people moving.
How
through.
far up are we?
You're now on the ground floor, but you're just up on your apartment is up
Yeah.
on the next floor above.
Like,
It's above like a shop and everything else.
is it climbable?
You can go back up the stairs if you want to go back in.
Yeah. Basically go up and around if necessary.
Okay. Are you just going to kind of look from the roof? Is that where you want to get to? Because the stairs go all the way up to the rooftop.
Mm-hmm. I want to get to where we were, like our window, and then go inside and then look down. Or to the roof, I suppose. But
Just go to the roof.
basically, because I want to see, did Corwin even make it out the door?
Oh, you want to make sure he's not in the house.
Yeah.
Right. He's not in the house.
Okay.
So even as you're kind of climbing up,
Right,
You
but
kinda
now I
see
want
him,
to
but
know.
he's
But
not
see,
there.
because the thing is, I want to see if he's somewhere caught, like, if he's dead on the stairs.
no, he's not dead on the stairs.
Okay. Then he's probably just lost. So then I will go to the roof
Probably.
and figure out which way he thought was the back of the
So
house.
give me a perception check as you're
Yep.
looking into the house, though.
Dice cam!
Oh, that's game. We'll do that one.
Oh,
21.
Nice, sir.
It's crisp.
So as you're looking in the house, Corwin must have been kind of rushed as he was packing everything, and he did look kind of rushed because you see that on the table is his brooch, along with a bit of food like he had packed and a couple of the things that he had sort of set aside to take. But he just kind of probably sat there as he was moving everything out, and you see he's just sitting there.
Scoop that. I might as well scoop the food too. Like, we don't have that much, right?
All right, scoop it all up.
Right. I have my teaching bandolier on and I throw it in the pockets.
Are you going to peek out the front door, or are you
Yeah.
gonna? Okay, so you kind of at the front door, you're not seeing through the window anything.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of open the door a little bit, and it goes into the street. I mean, it's like
Right.
right next to the shop area, so it's like people right there in
Mhm.
carriages and wagons and everything else. And there's no Corwin.
Up. Go look upon
Kind of scan the crowd.
Batman.
Batman style.
Yeah, go all the way up to the roof.
Give me a perception check.
14.
And while you're at it, why don't you give me the feat awareness?
The feet awareness?
Yeah, add that to your character.
Okay.
This is the...
I don't see.
This is the Magic Girl awakening moment. Well, not just now, but it's coming.
Just search perception, it'll give you like enhance it.
It might be alertness.
I think that is alertness.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Alertness.
So what was the roll again?
A 14. Oh, well. Okay. That was a 16. Now
Okay.
I have a +8 to my perception.
All right, so you scan everywhere around you, and you're looking
Yeah.
over the crowds and all the
Mhm.
movement and everything else, and no, you're not seeing anything. Now, one thing with awareness and
Yeah.
with feet.
Hold on, what is the cat?
The cat's just back there.
Oh, she's
moving
trying
around.
to turn around in the
Yeah.
window. Okay, that's brilliant, cat.
Smart cat.
Okay.
So one thing I do with the feats that you get,
Uh-huh.
so awareness or other feats that give you bonuses to
Mhm.
skills, rather than a normal like backup. So with awareness, for instance,
Mhm.
perception. The way I normally work it is I take your bonus, which is 8, I add that to 6,
Mhm.
and if anyone's trying to hide and you're not like looking around as just naturally being there, that's the number they have to beat. That.
Okay.
With perception or with awareness,
Mhm.
it actually gives you a roll at any time that anything like that happens. So for you guys, it's always going to be against your perception plus 6. For you, anytime anybody sneaks, you're always constantly aware and you always get a roll.
Sweet.
Mhm.
All the sneaks are mine.
Yep.
Nothing gets past me.
So it's kind of like the in traditional D&D, the elf detect trap.
Yeah, much like that. Yeah.
And then when I
And
get
that works
detect
for
traps,
any feat that works up a skill, sense motives, bluff, anything at all. So there's the active and then there's the passive. It will always be active if you buy the feat that allows for it, but it will be passive unless you actually tell me I am actively looking, I'm actively trying to sense the motive, I'm actively trying to do those different
So
things.
I have skill focused oratory, so that means I'm actively always just talking really well.
Yes.
yeah,
Okay. So
Batman
Batman
scope out?
scan nothing of Corwin. He is completely gone, and there's no sign of scuffle. There's no sign of anything being wrong. Nothing at all.
that doesn't make any sense.
Go back to the others.
There's no like, I don't know if I would even be able to tell, but
If Corwin
like,
got lost, where would he go?
Corwin is like a big guy. Big guys make big footprints.
Mhm.
Do I see?
Well, you're
this?
too far up to look at footprints.
Right.
And besides of which, any footprints that will go into the crowd are just completely covered up by the
Yeah.
crowd.
Okay. Trying to think. Corwin's gonna go to a shop. That's gotta be it. He's gonna go get his sword. He's gonna say, "Oh wait, I really need this."
He is a little
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go towards them.
Okay.
Can I actually see his shop from here?
ADD. You can kind of see over multitudes of buildings. Yeah, you can see it off in the distance. It's about like 4 blocks off.
Okay.
This building that you're on is about 4 stories up.
Mhm.
Some of the buildings are about that tall. Most of them are about 2.
Okay.
There's other people who live even further up above you.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go down there, and I'm assuming that he went to a shop
To get a sword.
because it's Corwin.
That does make sense. Let's be quick about it.
I think we should go to Lambert's office first, and then
We
we
can't
will.
leave Corwin. We had this whole plan to do the 2x2
We
thing.
don't know for sure where he went.
We didn't. But let's just stop it.
Right, but then you're saying that we should just go away, and what if somebody took Corwin?
Let's stop the smithy. If he's not there, we'll go straight to Lambert's office.
Pause, because this would affect my response. Would his shop be on the way to the red
It's
building?
in the direction, but you would have to go off on a street that's a couple of blocks away from where his shop is, so previous to the street that his shop is.
Okay, but it's not like it's over here and that's
No,
over there.
it's in the same direction.
Okay, then sure. We stop at shop. Let's go.
Okay. Hurrying on over.
Okay. So you join up with the rest of the crowd, and you kind of feel like as you're walking through the crowd, you're not even trying to look around, but your brain is constantly cataloging every single face that you're passing by. It's almost getting to the point where it's irritating. Like you can't just shut it up, and you can't sort of stop it. You're hearing voices around you, like people talking, and you're hearing like multiple conversations. And it's almost like even though you can't hear them, your brain can hear them. And it's just sort of like,
Daredevil.
well, no, it's not quite that good. It's closer conversation, stuff like that. But it's almost like your awarenesses, your senses, even touch. You know, like you can kind of like you're feeling like as your hand is brushing up against your leg. You know, it's like you have to stop doing that because all of your senses seem heightened.
Okay. Just keep
So
going.
as you're moving along, you bump into someone. Like just kind of like it's a crowd. You know, there's plenty of people. You bump into them, and suddenly you're sort of taken back to you being about probably 10 years old, and sort of running through the school, and you've got like papers and other things in hand, and you just sort of ran into someone. All the papers go scattering everywhere, You vile, foolish little girl. What is your problem? And you see Master Vankov is standing there in front of you, and he just sort of pushes you. You get out of my way, you. And he just keeps on walking. And it's just this weird moment where that memory comes back to you. Although you don't quite remember it. Like, you don't remember that happening, but you remember it happening.
I'm going to grab Christiana's hand. Is she near me?
Yeah, she's right there.
Okay.
And then,
And
yeah,
then keep going?
the person who bumped into you is just like, oh, I'm terribly sorry. And then continues walking around you.
I just stare at them like crazy
I thought your
person.
hands were
And hold her hand.
Alright.
Everything okay?
Not yet. Let's just go.
At that moment, when you stop, you kind of see as a few people part the signposts, and you see your street.
Okay, this way.
That way. See, I
Are
didn't
you
think
sure
that you knew where you were going.
No, we could cut through here, and then, you know.
That doesn't make any sense. This way's faster. This is the direct. I can see his shot from here. Ooh!
That is the most uncoordinated cat.
She tried to jump. There is nowhere for her to jump.
Alright,
She
so
wants
I'm
to go
looking down the
there.
street. Do I see anything?
At this point, no. Just like there's people, but that street is not quite as busy as the one you're on.
Okay, so I go with them to the shop, but I'm like straining my head down that street.
Okay. You go up to the shop, and there's a sign on the front that says closed.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a little weird because it's normally a day that the smithy would be open.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's a big sign that says closed there.
Okay, now we go back.
Is it open? Is it unlocked?
It's kind of an open shop for the most part. None of the stuff is out right now.
Yeah.
And
No, I'm
then
saying, is there a door? Or
there's a
something?
door that goes into the back of the shop, and it's locked. Do you want to try picking it?
I'm gonna knock.
Like, a part of you
It
feels
would
like
be
you could.
open.
Right.
Like, you look at that lock, and in your brain, you're just like, okay, so this tumbler and that tumbler, and that's how it works. And you're pretty sure you could open it in, like, a snap.
I'm just
You
gonna
have
go
a
for
hairpin.
it. Yeah.
All right. So, do me a favor and add a point to. Actually, why don't you do this for your character,
Mm-hmm.
where it says, so remove one of the commoner.
Okay.
So just delete one of your commoners,
Okay.
and then add the Slayer
Plan
one. So
skill?
make it an
Click
actual
and drag
level.
your first plan class here.
Yep.
Whoa! Click and drag. Nuh-uh. Wait a minute. Let's see if this works.
We have to grab the name.
You may have to
No.
check mark all the boxes first. I'm not sure. Or just add Slayer.
Nope, I figured it out. You have to
Okay.
drag at the question mark. I'm sorry, that was really cool, and I wish that I would have known that. Then I would have been like, guys, when I met them all at Gen Con, they're like, that's pretty sweet.
Oh, okay.
So I did get to meet all of
Oh,
them.
you got to meet the guys who do this?
all the lone wolf folks.
That's
yeah.
amazing.
It was
That's
great.
awesome.
Okay.
Alright.
So now I did that. Okay.
Hero Lab.
Hero lives. It's sweet. Okay, now what am I doing?
So basically, so now you should be a first level Slayer,
Mhm.
first level Commoner, correct? Okay. Go over to skills.
Yep.
And I want you to put a point into disable device.
It's hard not to hear the Quake 3 Slayer.
Okay, the point is there.
All right. So now roll that with that bonus.
Okay. That was a 2
Let's do total.
total.
Wait.
The bonus is, it's not. Oh, I mean, do I have to
Yeah.
pretend
Make
like
sure
I
you
have the
select the thing
tools?
that you have the tools because you're using
Okay.
the thing. So.
That's
Chris, what are you doing?
a 4.
It's a 4. All right. So yeah, you start picking it, but it's not quite working, and it's just the tumbler. Maybe you were off on what the tumblers were set as,
Uh-huh.
and everything else. If you took 10, you should be able to. Do you want to just take 10?
If he was here,
If
it
he
would
was
be
here,
open.
it would be open. We need to go. Chris, I'm sorry. We need to go. He's not here.
And that's illegal.
I mean, it'd be fine. They wouldn't actually know. It's not like I'm breaking the door now. I'm just unlocking the door. But it's Corwin. If Corwin got scared, what would he do? He would probably lock himself somewhere if he
If
needed
Corbin
to.
got scared, he would find us.
If Corin was scared and heard our voices outside the door, he'd be opening the door.
I suppose.
Okay,
Let's
come
go.
with me.
Is there a sword hanging around somewhere?
There would be
On the
inside.
outside?
Inside, right.
Do you want to
So-
take the time to pick the lock?
I kind of do.
Chris, not.
But I mean, we might as well get the sword. We're here. Like, he could just...
We're not gonna steal a sword.
He was gonna steal a sword. This is like just saying, hey, look, we got one. That one
He
that you
works here.
wanted.
It would be like a work loan thing.
Right.
We
and
can't steal his
they
equipment.
don't know that we're the ones taking it. It could have just been Corwin.
Oh, and they're not
We
gonna
do
see
not
the
While,
have time.
while we're
Lock
having this
it here.
argument,
Mhm.
can I be picking the
Sure.
lock and taking
Yep.
it down?
You're
Okay.
using lock picks. Those leave trade. We saw scratches
So
on our
if
door.
you're
It's just a
taking 10,
10,
what's
it'll be
your
fine.
bonus?
+3.
Plus 3, so 13. Okay.
We do not have time for it.
It clicks.
Oh, fucking get your sword. Let's go.
Alright, going in.
Okay, so you open it up, and it's very warm in there,
Mhm.
because that's where the forge is
Yep.
at and everything else.
So just
So,
like here.
so you kind of go inside, and
Cristiano's life of crime.
there's in the
He's
back.
saying that as
There's
he's
another
walking.
cage
Mhm.
that has a much bigger and more menacing lock on it, and you see all the different swords and weapons are back in that cage area. Out here, you do see piles of like bars of iron
Mhm.
and things. You could probably grab an iron bar, at least it's a weapon.
Mhm.
But yeah, all the good weapons and anything you'd want to actually use to fight with is inside of that cage.
Can I get in the cage?
Go up, and it's a multi-tumbler lock. You
Do
would
you have
have
gold
to.
to leave for this?
It's a little bit
Very
more
cool.
difficult to pick than what the door outside.
Okay.
If you had maybe give yourself a good 10 minutes, yeah, you could probably get in there.
I don't have that kind of time.
Mm-mm.
I can't just smash the lock? It's not like an old rusty...
No, it is definitely not old and rusty.
Does the if it's behind like a chain, I'm thinking like chain
Actually,
link.
give me a perception roll.
Okay. But that when you say chain, I'm thinking like it's like in that chain link fenced area, and chain link is pretty easy to break. 21.
On the back of the lock
Uh-huh.
are inscribed runes.
Okay.
It means it's probably also magically sealed or
Yeah.
trapped.
Right.
Could be an alarm that goes off, letting anyone know if it's opened. Could also be something far more dangerous.
Okay,
Chris.
let's go.
Let's go. Can you relock this?
I do though love that you're becoming a criminal.
I'm gonna grab a plate though.
Do me a favor. So your lawful, where you have
Oh, no!
under, why don't you drop that one
What do
towards
you
chaos?
think was gonna happen?
Where was that?
It should be under background.
One. Okay, so lawful will bring it down a value or up a value?
It should go
Up
towards
one,
2
chaos.
or
up,
4?
Up is
Okay.
towards chaos. So towards 4. So you would be then no
Oh,
longer.
I am
lawful and
entirely neutral now.
Look at that. Who's surprised?
Okay, this way we go. We go.
Entirely
Come.
neutral.
Come.
All right. So you begin leading them.
Yes, to the street.
Okay. Why don't you give me a intelligence check?
Already.
But I do grab a pipe on my way out.
Oh,
I take
pipe?
one of the things with
Oh,
me.
all right. No, you got.
I at least
yeah.
have something.
Treat it as a club.
Okay. It's mostly that way. At least Corwin has like,
That is an 11.
11.
instead of a wooden stick, he's got a
11
metal
total?
stick.
11 total.
Okay. As you're going down the street that you're on, you've been to Lambert's office before, and you remember it actually being the other way on this street.
We're heading south. Or should we
You're
go
almost
north?
to it. You're. What's that? You're heading right now. You're heading south.
Well, we're heading south. But we should be going north. We need to go this way.
No, we go around this way and then, get out of the crowds. It's
The
better
alley
for
is
us.
like right there.
It'll be safer. We just go this way. Trust me, through the alley. It's good. It's good. Okay.
We've already lost enough time, so hurry.
Okay.
Okay. So you make your way as quickly as you can into the alleyway,
If Corbin's not
and-
there,
and it's a dead end.
this is not a
Why
shortcut.
am I even listening to you on these directions? I know that you are bad at directions. Where are we supposed to be going? Because I don't think it's Lambert's office.
Lambert's office in the first watch.
Viola
It's the
told me
north
to
side.
go here.
Viola.
Yes. I know I sound like a crazy person, but hear me out. I was in my room and I was getting stuff together, and she says take a detour on the way to Lambert's office. She knows something is going on. She talked to me.
To an alley where we are enclosed. Are you sure it was Viola and not somebody who could easily disguise themselves as Viola because they know what she looks like?
And wants to
Christiana,
trap
it
us.
was me. And you're hearing that from behind you.
Alright, I'll turn around.
All right. As you turn around, you see Viola is walking towards you,
Mhm.
and then past you,
Mhm.
and she's going down and looking at a grate in the ground.
Mhm.
Oh,
We need
great.
to act fast.
We don't have
Viola,
Corwin.
we lost.
Really, Luke?
What is her?
I said, oh, great.
She grabs onto it. She looks up at you. What'd you say?
We lost Corwin. He couldn't fit through the
How
window.
did you lose Corwin?
We don't know. He couldn't fit through the window, and he was supposed to go out the front and then come around. We just went to a shop and we looked for him.
We don't have time. And she basically lifts it up, and she's holding on to this thing like it's nothing. And she just basically sets it aside.
You are amazing, woman.
Get down.
I'll go. I'll.
You go first. Boys first.
Right.
And you see she's looking down the alleyway like she's looking for something. And as who's going to be the last one to go?
I'm the first one, so.
Right.
Yes, it'll be me.
You're the last one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So as she jumps down and you're about to go down in there, and Viola's kind of keeping an eye out, your sort of senses tingle. And
You're really Viola, right?
and you look down the alleyway and you see this like blackened suit of armor with spikes kind of coming out of it in various different points. And suddenly your brain is kind of like it hurts for a moment. And you're coming out of your room again. You're 6 years old and you're going past your father's armor that's sitting up on the stand. And it's the same kind of armor that's sitting on the stand.
No, that's awesome. Oh, that's super sweet. Okay, I'm sorry.
And it's
I
sort of
at
like,
least knows what that armor is. That's
Right.
why it's pretty awesome.
and your brain kind of like snaps for a moment, like
Yeah.
it's just sort of like both warm and terrified at this moment, because you know that armor is Hell Knight armor.
Yeah, that's right.
Your
Sorry.
dad was a Hell
I'm sorry,
Knight?
that's so badass. Yeah, Hell Knights they train in hell.
Yeah.
They are the epitome of law, but
They train
that doesn't mean
against
that
devils.
they're good.
Right, they
at
can be
all.
paladins, but they can also be very evil. They are all about order and law,
Yeah.
and they hunt down people. They are very good at
I'm
hunting
wondering
down people.
how a teacher was the product of a Hell Knight.
Well,
So
She-
Viola
But
takes you
in
after
Cheliax-
and seeing this.
Cheliax
Viola,
Hell Knights are very common.
Yeah.
So,
usually, if you're seeing one outside of Cheliax, it means they're hunting someone.
okay.
And this one's coming down the alleyway. She grabs your shoulder, pushes you
Yeah,
down,
yeah.
and leaps down with you. And as she's kind of going, like, kind of catches herself on the ladder and grabs the grate and pulls it down on top of her.
Yeah.
Run!
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so you begin splashing through the sewers at this point. She's basically kind of running and getting ahead of you, taking you down a variety of different turn points. At one point, there's a place where like the water is kind of coming out almost like a waterfall into sludge. She leaps down there and begins grabbing each of you and helping you down, and it kind of comes right up to your waist as she does so, as you're kind of making your way
Pulling my
through.
pack up on my
Not to
shoulder.
even mention the smell. Thankfully, you have the smelling salts, and they should be sufficient underneath your nose to keep away any other smell. Yes, it's pungent, but it's much better than the smell you currently have.
It smells like such an pungent.
Well, no, they're sharp, and they basically will kill your senses.
I'm jabbing that like it's jamming it up my nostril.
I've got my pack up in front of my nose, like it's like a sling pack, so
Okay.
on my shoulder, so I don't want it to get
And
sweat.
and for you, it is even stronger than it should be. Like, it is just permeating the entirety of your being. Your sense of smell is so strong right now that you're not even sure what to do with all of this.
Right, so I'm just pretending it doesn't exist, right? Because I'm really good at pretending that part. That's
Okay.
probably for the best.
You don't look okay. I put this out to my nose.
No, it's
You
fine.
want some?
It's fine. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay,
'Cause that's
from-
probably worse. in
Actually, you can
addition.
smell that
Yeah,
from even her
yeah,
nose.
no,
yeah.
I don't.
I will wash it later.
I'm good. I don't need it.
And so you're making your way through this sludge, and she kind of looks back towards the passageway you came from, constantly like searching to make sure. Lifts you up into another little like small tunnel. It's like basically if you crawl, you'll be able to fit through it. And so one by one is sort of helping you up and boosting you up into it.
Sense in the mood. Now's not a good time to talk because we're being followed. So
And basically you spend what has to be, you guess, well, you know, about a half an hour. You're not really sure as far as time is concerned how much time passes.
eternity.
Yeah.
That's
And-
what I was thinking. Eternity.
Finally, you find yourself in another room. The water's sort of up to your ankles. It doesn't smell quite so bad, except now the smell is sort of all over your clothes and everything you have.
Just burn it.
And she just sort of stops for a moment and leans herself up against the wall. And you feel your heart's racing. You're exhausted. You're ready to fall over. And she herself does look as though she's tired, but there's sort of like this adrenaline that you've really never felt before that's surging through your bodies and just sort of allowing you to keep
An
going.
important point, I did stuff my hat in the satchel in the first minute in this place, because there's no way I'm letting my hat touch the walls when I fall over. Just want to clarify.
You sense something inside of you that might help. Do you let it go?
I
Use
figure
the
adrenaline
bars.
would probably do that for me.
Okay. And so something sort of comes out from you, a few different words that you speak. It's sort of like a mixture between a poem and a song. Why don't you pop in Bard for me?
Your cat was on my lap.
And suddenly the air around you, it becomes a lot more pleasant. Like this little bit of wind that kind of comes through, and there's just now pleasant air.
Are we stopped for a moment?
Yeah.
Okay, I open my bag and check.
What are you looking for?
Streaker and Nikita.
Streaker and Nikita are in there, and they're sort of like this together. Right?
Anything's better
and
than
you
this.
see the Streaker's got his mouth full.
Of what?
Well, I mean, you kind of had the bag of food along with him, and there's a hole now, it looks like, in the bag that they're in, and a hole in the bag for the food. And some of the food has actually kind of fallen out as you've been going, leaving a trail of food pellets everywhere.
I'm going to try to mend this quick
Okay.
so the food doesn't fall out.
Okay. Did you mention it?
No.
Okay.
My cat is currently trying to open the upstairs door.
All right, why don't you take care of that?
I'll be right back.
So yeah, your pets seem to be okay.
What are you doing?
Everything seems fine in there. And Viola catches her breath. All right, we need to get you three to the academy.
The academy?
What academy?
We have to get Hamish.
What about Corwin? I'm more interested in Corwin.
Well, if my thinking is correct, Corwin will be back at the academy as well.
There's other people grabbing us? Like, on your side of whatever this is?
Viola, what is going on?
That's a good question.
It's difficult to explain. You're going to have to trust me on some things right now, but I'm going to need you, all three of you, at your best. I assume that things have been sort of coming back to you.
How do you know this? And why are you alive?
Sorry.
She nods. You need to let it come back. Look, there's a power within each of you. A power that they've been hiding away, pushing away. You know all the things that have been happening over the past 4 years.
Yes.
The papers we know a little bit.
Each of you was meant to stop it. Inside of you lies something. It's dormant. It's been pushed away, hidden. You need to search it out. If you're remembering, that means you can access it. And I need you to keep trying to access it. Okay?
A little confused.
This does not make any sense.
I know it doesn't make any sense right now, but you need to trust me for the moment. I promise I will explain everything, but we need to get Hamish. We need to get Corwin. We need to get you out of this city.
I always trust you, Auntie. By the way, did you bring this back? I'm still holding the butterfly right here.
And she looks at it, and she smiles. So you got them, did you?
Yes, we all did. Is brain fart. The
Carl? Hamish?
no, the bad guy.
Gaspar?
Gaspar?
Is Gaspar a part of this somehow? He's back and was
He
there
did
when
this. Viola, I don't know if you know.
Yeah, you can't actually hide like somebody gripping your throat.
I mean, if
You've
we have-
seen
if
that?
we have to-
Like, it is gnarly.
Every
He's
one
a
of you
bit
orphans has something to do with what's happening in the world. Every single one of you was meant to do something, and in not doing it, the world has been flung into chaos.
Wait, is this why my parents are dead?
I'm sorry. I did what I could, and it's hard to explain. It really is. Please.
But you'll explain when we get to the academy?
After the academy.
After the academy.
After we get Hamish.
Then let's do what we need to do so we can get to
Whatever,
this.
let's get out of the sewer.
She seems really intent, especially on Hamish. Like something emotionally about her. And you remember back when you were sitting there.
We don't
and-
know where he is.
Hold on. And you were sitting, remember, and you were sitting with him when you first met the headmaster, when you
Yeah.
first came.
Like, he
And
went
you
to the-
remember,
He went
She was
Big
very
Daddy.
surprised to see Hamish was there.
yes, and very angry that he was there.
Yes.
Right, he went all
I
dark
remember
side.
this.
Well, that's because he was desperate to get into the academy.
Yeah.
But he,
Did he get into the academy?
I believe so, yeah.
What,
Okay.
Hamish?
Hamish, yeah.
No, he was supposed to, he tried to get into the Arcanorum, he tried to get into other things, but he never had the magical power, so the academy just basically, he stayed basically at the Bossenberg Academy.
Gotcha, yeah.
To study under the crazy drunk guy.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yep.
That's right.
She reaches down and picks up one of the food pellets from the water. What are these? She looks up into the tunnel where there's a bunch of them just sort of sitting in there.
I'm sorry, I fixed it.
Fixed what?
There was a hole in my bag. It's no big deal, I fixed it.
How long has the hole been there?
The whole time.
I don't
Oh, zing!
We need to keep moving. That Hell Knight can find us. You gave him a trail.
I'm sorry, I did not know.
We need to keep moving.
Okay.
And we can't stay in the sewers anymore. She looks up, and there's sort of like a grate up above. Grabs onto the railings that are going up above her. Reaches up for that one. This one seems much heavier, and she sort of presses against it. And you see she just concentrates and begins to sort of mutter something underneath her breath, and then just lifts it right up and sets it aside. And come on, and climbs out.
You know, I always wanted to go with you on one of your adventures back when we were kids. That's what I was going to train to do, you know.
And she kind of helps you out. When this is all done, I can train you.
That's good too.
Auntie, I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it, Mishka. She looks really worried at this point. And sort of makes her way out of the alleyway. And as she exits the alleyway, suddenly, like, just, it's, for one thing, it's dead. Like, there's nobody out there.
Mm-hmm.
Too quiet. Too dead. And it's at that point when you see a figure comes leaping off from the rooftop,
Mm-hmm.
like ahead of you, cloaked over, like just sort of a cape draped across and blowing as it comes down, grabs onto Viola and basically rolls backwards into the alley with her. Along with her, you see a number of other shapes begin coming out. One of them seems to be this sort of like figure with sort of bluish looking tattoos over light blue skin and air just flowing all around her. And almost like a cloud underneath by her feet, and she's like floating inwards and coming towards each and every one of you. There's another one who sort of jumps down. He's got a rapier in hand. He looks kind of handsome, kind of moves his hair aside from his face. But as he does that, you see that a number of guardsmen come from the side and begin rushing the two of them. And with the guardsmen, you also see this knight in like heavy armor kind of moving along with them. And suddenly you find yourself sort of just outside the alleyway as everything is clashing together. And you see from the other side of the street, there's a number of others kind of look like they're this weird ragtag group of people. Some of them elves, some humans. You even see what you assume to be a goblin amongst them, which is a bit odd. And they basically just kind of like crash towards one another and begin fighting.
I motion
Each other?
Yeah.
I motion you two back while I draw my little dagger. Like,
Do you have a
ready-
rebar?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have a dagger.
Have a dagger?
Just be ready if someone comes at us. We don't know what's going on.
We can't leave
We
Viola.
should go back down.
And suddenly, the one sort of the cloud at her feet just sort of casts out this fog that begins filling over everyone and basically covers each of you to the point that you can't even see each other.
Grab hands.
And as you reach out to grab hands, some of the people who are fighting, you can feel them sort of pushing into you. And you basically can feel yourself being pulled into sort of all these different people where nobody really knows who each other is.
Okay.
But you can still hear the sound of sword fighting and some smoke. and feel fire off in the distance and hear an explosion at one point.
Alright, so
Um,
here is where I really start concentrating and
Right.
figuring out
Give me a perception
where
check.
everyone is.
Lucas, you two are a bit disoriented. Why don't you both give me perception checks?
Oh,
What'd you just roll?
only an 11.
Only 11. All right.
Well, this is gonna take some time, right? Like,
Right.
So,
Kind of got to get used to this.
yeah.
Would this still be the
Oh,
considered
dice
the
cam,
start of
dice
the
cam,
round,
dice cam.
surprise
Dice
round?
game. Sorry.
Would this be considered as part
I'm
of the
so into this that I'm forgetting that there's like other people who are watching us do this. Sorry.
Yes.
Oh.
And every once in a while, it's fun, like seeing everyone just be like, break it or run away, and things like that.
was a
Is that what you
Yeah,
broke in?
sorry.
Were you encouraged by chat to break in?
No, I was not actually.
What's your perception?
14.
14?
Is this considered as part of the surprise round?
Of a sort, yeah.
Then I'm at an 8
Okay.
because it goes down.
Oh,
Oh, I thought it was helping you.
No,
No. All right.
no. Remember the.
Yeah. Right.
Yep. I'm caught up with by what's going on and just like, wow.
Mm-hmm. You're in an adventure.
Yeah.
It's your first time being in the midst of an actual
Right.
adventure.
This is part of, yeah.
All right. So I need each of you to roll me a d4. Why don't you roll it under the dice cam there?
I will get it there eventually. Yeah.
All right. So 1. Crystal, 3.
3.
Elise,
what am I rolling?
die 4.
Sorry.
Wow, that does come in really well.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not. 4.
Okay. Who is the one?
I was.
Okay.